You know, it's funny. Many of us play the minor pentatonic for the whole life or the whole guitar life, but still, most of us don't know all five positions equally well. Does that resonate with you? I mean, most people have the one favorite position that they spend like 85% of the time. And when it comes for you to get out of it, then you kind of get a little insecure. Is that you? Yeah, I want to actually hit the sore spot a little bit here. And then some players, they start to learn this kind of diagonal position, which is pretty good. You have some ways to go. Like if you like in A minor, you can play like that's already pretty good if you can connect this down here to the higher octave. But still, can you reliably play all five pentatonic positions in a fluid fashion without interruption from, let's say, fret 3 up till fret 17? All right, challenge accepted. Let's see if you can. Before we do the full test, I want to show you my fluid pentatonic pattern. Yeah, that's already it. As you see, this is like pretty straight up pentatonic sequence with some little musical embellishments. And you can probably tell that this sequence is inspired by guys like Eric Johnson. And of course, then Joe Bonamassa and Eric Gales, they also play in a similar style. But this is essentially, this is the Eric Johnson pentatonic cascading pattern. I just arranged it in a way where it can be played fluidly in 8th notes, 16th notes, all over the fretboard. And we're gonna do this now over a click or with a little backing drum track. And this is gonna be the exercise. If you wanna connect your pentatonic patterns, then you wanna have this pattern down like no one's business. I'm just gonna do this in 16th notes at a slower tempo, tempo 80. And this could be like the benchmark for you to shoot for. You want to be able to play this in 16th notes, tempo 80. If you're not there yet, start slower. This is just, it's not a fast tempo, tempo 80. I mean, we could do this at tempo 120. But, let's keep it at 80. Tempo is not the most important thing to work on. We want to really have the accuracy, the tone, and the phrasing, the clarity of the notes down before you even think of speeding this up. All right, let's go. 2, 3, 4. Yes, my friend, do you see the power of this sequence? This is not just like a scale exercise. This is actually a pattern that can be used immediately in your improvisations. And that's exactly going to be the next step. Of course, I'm not just going to play this straight up in 16th notes all the time. I'm going to use different subdivisions. I'm going to vary the pattern. You know, you can basically do whatever you want, but this finger sequence is going to influence the way you're going to make your runs. You don't have to play runs that are just straight up all the notes in one sequence, like a you know, like usually that's how people play the pentatonic very often, or any scale. But this is just a very interesting back and forth sequence that honestly sounds so good in slow tempos, faster subdivisions. I mean, you can also train this in 16th triplets. It's just an awesome device to work on. Let me dial up a backing track here in A minor, and we're going to use the very same notes here mixed in with some pentatonic archetypes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go ahead and download my layered lead guitar method textbook, and you can learn more about the lead guitar layers that I teach my students inside of TGT Academy. But for now, let's go with this backing track. Yes, my friend, mind's blown. Yeah, this works incredibly well, and you don't have to play super long runs all the time. You can decide, maybe you just want to have a little phrase, little sequence. You can even turn this into a repeating phrase. Once you got that principle down of this, once you got that down, it could be. You can play variations that sound nothing like the original sequence. But for me, this is the fluid pentatonic framework that I teach my students. And it's just a super powerful sprinkle on top. Whenever you need a little bit of fluid, effortless speed, maybe to lead up to this awesome bend, then the fluid pentatonics is just a fantastic concept to use. If you see the value of this concept and you're starting to think that maybe you should spend some time on learning these 7 lead guitar layers instead of just learning hundreds of things, narrow down your focus on learning 7 devices, then I want to invite you to download the ebook down below here. And then at the end of the booklet, there will be an invitation where we can arrange a game plan session and map out a game plan for your lead guitar playing and how you can implement these layers in your playing within the next 6 to 12 months. In that sense, keep on rocking and keep on watching this lesson next.